About unwinding. So a lot of us, unwinding and diversifying your bag of tricks. And I had this thought because I was working at a coffee shop, so former barista, ex barista, and when I was learning how to dial in coffee, the topic of diversifying my palate came up, and it pretty much, going through the whole experience of coffee and being a barista, it made me think about the correlations between coffee and skateboarding and how it's very similar. Like to be a better barista, you have to diversify your palate, know different coffees. Same thing with skateboarding. To be a better skateboarder, technically, I guess we can say it in that way. You have to or comes with diversifying your bag of tricks. Sure, some skaters are known for certain tricks, but at the end of the day, when you think about like Chris Johnson, Nigel Houston, Yuto, Cordone, or I think Cordone's his name, the Canadian guy. They all have a big bag of tricks, and they have variety as far as choice. When they go and skate something, um, and so it made me think, why is it better to diversify your palette, right? And simply, it just gives you more options, um, more space to, more room for creativity. Um, I would say also that limitations, like not having such a large bag, can also breed creativity. But at the end of the day, more can also be more. So the whole less is more is true, but more can also be more. And if we want to take it and think about how it can be good for the body, um, it pretty much has to do with the fact that you're moving different ways. You're moving your right shoulder up here instead of just only your left one because you're regular. You're turning your head right and left. If you're doing manuals, you're balancing, stabilizing, using those inner muscles, and you're just using more. And so there's a very common saying, it's if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And that's kind of true when it comes to skateboarding. If you start skating and avoid certain, I guess, types of skating, you're gonna lose that ability that it might have been easier to do it, starting to skate, but over time it just little by little it just gets harder. So I guess what I'm trying to say this whole time is diversify your bag, explore what it means to be on a skateboard, try different obstacles, try skating that same obstacle in different ways, and don't limit yourself as far as like having a certain bag of tricks. Growing up, this thought of, oh, those are my bag of tricks. It was like tray flip, frontside flip, hard flip. What else? That's, I think that, growing up, that those were my three. And instead of going for trying like heel flip, very heel, and backside heel instead of backside flip, I just kept to my same tricks, and that was really only because a limiting belief I had was some people just have those certain tricks. There's no way around that. But the fact is, that's simply not true. You can always expand your bag. You just need to be uncomfortable trying different things out. Especially on the board. If it doesn't feel comfortable to do a heel flip, then just you don't have to stay on it for hours, but you figure it out. Start to figure it out. Ask questions. Get a little more comfortable. Be open. Think about what is an imbalance not allowing you to do that trick. Because sometimes if you get on a board and you try to put yourself in a stance that is required for that different trick, you find that you're just in balance. you're not comfortable in that posture. So how do you get comfortable? You know, like think about mm, think about how you might be twisted, how you might be compensating. That's probably the best thing I can say, because when it comes down to it, we're all able to learn how to move differently and more comfortably. It's just we need to start somewhere, and so just start experimenting with different stances, start experimenting with different obstacles. I would always stay with manuals, and for the longest I just couldn't get myself to skate ledges, and it's only now where I'm like, okay, I'm a little more open to skating ledges, and you know, it's only helped me with my manual. So be open, explore skateboarding, diversify your bag. If you're good at kick flips, do heel flips. If you're good at front pops, try pop shove-its. If you're good at all those regular, do them switch. You know, always be looking to learn and be uncomfortable. Um, you know, give yourself time to explore that cycle of just learning tricks. Cause I feel like the funnest part about funnest. Oh my god, what's happening? The funnest part about skateboarding is when you're just starting, because everything's so like exciting. You know, you're exploring different tricks all the time. So just make sure you keep that going with all other tricks. You know, skating's endless. There's no reason to stop learning. So I'll leave it at that, and we'll talk soon. Sup, homies who are on here later. How do you exit out here? Whoops.